Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing Dungeon Universalis. And well, we're doing actually quite good. We have a good solid route here to the treasure chamber, and time is okay, so if we find a good tile here we can simply probably go back, and that's going to be a little bit boring then, because there's not going to be any new traps or new furniture. It's basically just the same stuff, but it's an easy way to go back. We couldn't do that last time because then we had such a bad route to go to the treasure chamber, so we had to find a new one back. But yeah, if it's not necessary, I obviously prefer to take a safe and known route back. So gonna open the door here and we see there is no trap, which is nice. And now we're gonna move into the next space here, and we're gonna draw a tile. And we're lucky. Excellent. So that was really good. Not the usual thing at all, but we got a great way to go there. 2 cards, empty. Okay, nothing in there. So let's see if we got an encounter. And we do have one last encounter before we enter the treasure chamber. So let's see what that is. And that is a special creature. So he only has 4 points left. So that means it's also going to be just a single special creature. He cannot spawn additional guys. He also does, yeah, he does not have cards left. So we find a single creature there. Let's see what that is. So we add 2. That's a 6. Okay, we find a wizard. So actually, I think this is not even possible. He does not have that many points anymore. So we got to go down to the lowest one here. 4 points, 1 warrior priest with mace. And that is all he can afford right now. So he's going to spend all of his remaining points, and I mean, he's thrown a lot of these cards towards us, and a lot of encounters, a lot of monster cards. So yeah, he's pretty much out of points now. But okay, he just did it, and we have an encounter. So a warrior priest with mace. Okay, so here we have now this wizard priest. He comes with 2 random spells of a certain, some options here, and the first one was the sheltering light, which gives him basically some protection, and then the holy light here. He also has that spell that gives his weapon a +1 to damage, and the advantage is if he uses this, he can attack in the same turn. Now, I didn't find a clear instruction on how to use spells if the character is not specifically a spellcaster, and the warrior priest isn't. He is a melee fighter, so it's a bit tricky here, and I think I'm gonna let the dice decide a bit, but we'll see how this works out. So first, let's do an initiative roll, and we have a +1 advantage over him. So we win. That's a 9 against a 9. Yeah, so this time we win. So he does not have time for the moment to cast any spells anyway. And now we can... I need some space here. Let's do it that way. So let's see. This guy has a mace, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's got a mace. So that's a -1 on his combat strength. I think I'm simply going to start with this guy here and just do an attack. Nothing too fancy, no berserker mode. Okay, that's a 6 versus a 7. That might not be enough. We both have a 4, we both got a -1, but he has a better roll. So that was not a hit. And yeah, let's bring the scout in. Now that's a 7 versus an 8. Again, well, although I don't have a -1 modifier, so we're even. But I have a better agility. So that means I actually win this. That's cool. And it was a critical, so he can try to block. Let's see. He's got a shield, so a 5 or 6 will block. And he didn't. That gives me 7 dice. Because I did a critical. And now he's got 5 life points and he's got a leather armor, so he's got an armor of 4. So 4 plus is a hit. Nice. That wasn't so good. But still, I mean, 2 wounds. That's a start. So let's bring the Birdman in 1, 2, 3. Oh boy, that was a blunder. I'm not going to take that, obviously. Let's do a reroll and hope for the best. Oh, that is much better. That's actually a hit. Excellent. He's going to try to block, but he needs a 6. Which he has. Holy shit. But I got a shield-breaking weapon here. So now he's got to check if his shield will break. The shield will break on a... Wait a second. It's not quite... The shield... On a 1 or 2? Yeah, I think on a 1 or 2. No. So his shield held and he managed to block. Okay, not so hot. And now it's the Celestial. I'm not even sure if I want to do anything there. I could cast the light aura on... Yeah, why not? Let's do that. I'm going to cast the light aura on the Barbarian. That will give him... it will make him a source of light, but that's not why I'm going to do it. It also gives him light cover, so that's basically a -1 for the enemy when he attacks. So yeah, I mean, why not? Let's do that. It's not that exciting, but I gotta use my spells, right? That's why they are there for. That's what they're there for. And yeah, we were successful here. So there we go. Oh, but look at that. We gotta be adjacent to this guy to do that. So I'm gonna move here and yeah, I gotta touch him, I guess. Okay, so then it's the wizard, and I'm gonna roll a die. Okay, so he draws a card. He has no more points, but that gives him now the option to gain points. So that would be Berserker. He cannot use that, but he gets an additional point. And now well, he cannot use his magic because he's adjacent to one of us. So I guess we're going to see a melee combat immediately. And let's see, the one who is easiest to hit. Let us see who that is. I think they're pretty much all the same. It could be this guy though. I think he's gonna attack the scout, yeah. I'm not sure though. Actually, I think these two are pretty much at the same level. So I think the tiebreaker was the one who did the most damage or something. I'm not sure. There we are. Yeah, the most damage. So that would be then this guy. So I guess he's going to attack then this guy here. And that didn't work out. Okay, so now it's us again, and let's try again with the barbarian first. Okay, that looks excellent. So I guess we get good odds to kill him now. However, he has a chance to block this on a 6, and he didn't. He needed a 6 because it was a critical. If it would not have been a critical, of 5 would have been enough, but that didn't work. And now we get 7 dice, -2 against his armor. So that doesn't look too promising for him anymore. Okay, that's it. We managed to kill the warrior priest. So we can now loot the body. So we got 4 dice because intelligence and strength are both equally 4. Okay, that's not so bad. We get $2 and a common object. That's a lucky clover. So the user rolls 4d6 and keeps the 2 highest results while performing an initiative test. While performing a test for the action searching rooms. Okay, there I got a special a special rule, because my search rooms works a little different. So let me check that. Okay, so my role is I can simply discard this thing to reroll any search roll, maybe bodies or rooms. I just discard it and I can reroll the whole roll. So that's pretty cool, especially if you're searching for secret doors. But luckily in this specific scenario, we will not need that anymore, because we can just take this way back, I guess. Okay, so we are close to the treasure chamber. Going to roll a die and see if we're going to see a trap. And there is no trap, so that means we may now enter the treasure chamber. Excellent. And now it's going to be interesting, because we're going to see what creature, or maybe creatures, we have to fight. Yeah, I kind of already modified that a little bit. If the creature is going to be too weak, then we're going to add some elite creatures from the insect deck. But we're gonna see. Okay, so I shuffled the deck, and we're gonna see. We are here in a swamp, so also near a coast. So maybe I consider some of the coastal or maritime creatures. I'm not sure about that. Let's see. Hope we even find enough swamp creatures here. So for example, this guy, a giant eagle, it says coastal, or I think we can take this guy. It makes sense. He could be there. What about a giant snake? Hey, why not? Yeah, it's also in the swamp. We got a giant crab also here. The swamp. Whoa, a bone dragon. Holy crap. There's a lot of these creatures. I didn't quite expect that, honestly. And a water elemental. also in the swamp. So we already have our 5 creatures. That was much easier than I thought. Okay, now let's bring them in order here. So okay, so the weakest ones are, let's start with the strongest. This is definitely the bone dragon, so he's not going to be our enemy. But yeah, I mean, the guys here are not that terribly strong. So these 2 are here, and actually we got to roll. They have the same. They both take only 1 or 10 points, so we're going to roll a die. Which one of the 2? Okay, so the water elemental is probably the one we actually have to fight here. It's, yeah, that's the second one. So we're going to place it like this, and that means the water elemental is the one we have to fight. Now this only comes with, that's only 10 points. That's not a lot. And so I came up with a rule now where I said, if there is less than a quarter of my points, and my points are right now 74, so I'm not quite sure what that would be, then we would add elite creatures. And it's just, you know, I haven't play tested that or anything, but just a moment, I'll let you know how this works out. Okay, so my value points are 74. Now a quarter of that would be 18. So that means if there's a creature in here which is less than 18, and this one is, it's just 10 points, so it's not that impressive, then we would add additional elite creatures, or 1 additional elite creature from this factionless creature deck. And we're just going to randomize that again, and we want, again, obviously someone who can be in the waters. So let's see, wonder if I get a die or something. Okay, I kind of shuffle that now, and we simply draw from the top until we find a creature which is either swamp or coastal. So let's see what we get here. Oh, there we go. A rat horde. Okay, interesting. Wonder how these play. And the way we do that is we have multiple rat hordes, possibly. And so they have a value of 3. And we simply double that value. And that is just, again, a totally, well, let's say it's not random, I determined that, but it's, you know, it's just made up. So I'm going to double the value, and then that would be a 6, and then I add as many of the red hordes as until we get to a quarter of my value, which would be, if I'm not mistaken, that would have been, I think, 18? It's kind of like 18. 18 would bring me to 72 at least, I think. So we got 10, and basically we have 2 red hordes in addition to the water elemental in the treasure chamber. You know, it's just to come up with some enemies that are a little more challenging. So let's just do that. And yeah, 2 red hordes. He already paid anyway. He doesn't have to pay for the enemies here. So let's just say we got 2 red hordes and a water elemental. Now, it is maybe possible. I wonder if the water elemental could get additional skills. No. He can also not increase the life points of the water elemental because he's already down to 1 here. Yeah, so there's not going to be anything interesting going on here, I guess. Okay, so let's find some minis for that. Okay, so this is set up now, and you can see here, this is the water element here, elemental, and that's a tricky creature. There's a lot going on here. So it has its claws, strength 6, so it will simply do 6 damage, which is obviously quite dangerous. So combat value of 4, agility of 3. So this isn't easy, and it has 12 life points. In addition to that, it's large, which means I think it can reduce armor. Yeah, it can reduce armor of the enemy if it hits. And I think... No, that's all. It can reduce armor, which is already also dangerous. Then it's... What was the other stuff? It's fearsome, so we got to do a courage test. Sweep is a special attack. Invulnerable. That's what the Celestial also has. So only a critical hit will actually be successful and will do damage at all. Onslaught is a pretty crappy attack, and Undead mainly means that he has immunity against some things like poison, diseased, also wounded, by the way, which is interesting, and he's also not going to be stunned. Okay, so there's a couple of things going on here. The rats are also a little more interesting. So they have, they're small, which is not a big deal in this situation because it mainly affects ranged combat. They got multiple attacks, so each of them can attack 3 times. However, for every 3 wounds they've lost, they lose 1 attack. They ignore the effect of blunders. They are plague bearers, so if they do damage and deal actually wounds, it's possible that you get diseased. And they are vermin, so that means they can't be stunned or knocked down. However, I got the Greek fire, and that allows me, it says here, it may be used to remove all kinds of vermin. So I think if I hit one of the rat hordes with the Greek fire, I can completely remove it. At least it kind of seems a little bit like that. On the other hand, maybe not. It says special elements deck. Okay, so I think this is it only works from the special elements deck. So I'm not going to use that against these red hordes. And they got 9 life points. So it's not going to be easy. This is going to be a pretty big battle. And they have these large bases. So I don't really have a large base for them. So I use this kind of thing here to indicate that they cover a larger area of the ground. Okay, so and they got 2 initiative bonus, so that's already pretty dangerous. It's very likely that they immediately start the attack, and yeah, they will. Yeah, so that sucks. They won the initiative. The water elemental is a leader, which means it will attack 3 times. So this is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a tough battle. Okay, and he's allowed to draw a power card. That would cost him 2 to play, so it's not going to happen. Instead, he's going to discard it, and he gets an additional point. Okay, so they start, which means the water elemental will activate first because it has more valuable points, or more value points. So it's a large creature. So let's see, we got this one here. Oh, and we also, let's find animals and vermin. All right. This is all kind of special, but it's interesting. I like it. Yeah, but there's no extra skills or anything. So, okay, let's roll a die and see who he's going to attack with his first action. Okay, that's a 4. So it's going to be the enemy which is easiest to hit. And this is going to be the barbarian. So 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess. And then he attacks the barbarian. And now the question is, there's already a few extra things going on here. So he might use the sweep now. And I'm going to roll a die to check if this is going to happen. I think actually he will. It makes sense to do it. Yeah. He's not going to do it. The leaders don't use the same action multiple times in a row, but they're going to use it up to 3 times. And I think if they can use it, they do it immediately. So the sweep makes sense. So it says, may use an action to perform an attack against up to 2 adjacent smaller enemies located on its front. This is exactly the case. Both attacker and targets will roll 2d6. If the attacker wins, it will deal as much damage against agility as its strength, but it will not reduce the opponent's armor. The target will be knocked down and pushed back 1 square. Okay, so that's what we see. So first, this guy will attack. Its agility is 3. No, wait a minute. Yeah, 3. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so that was good. So I'm pretty sure we were safe here. That sweep was not too successful. So that means he's got a 7. No, he's got a 6 only. So he has an automatic success basically, and so does this guy. Okay, so that was pretty good. So that was the first sweep. Then he will activate a second time. That's a 6. So that is a random enemy, so he's going to attack one of the 2. So this is going to be this time the scout. And now, let me see, there's really a lot going on. Oh, by the way, we should have checked, we should have made a critical, a courage test, because we were both attacked by this guy. I forgot about that. So he needs a 7. Okay. And he also needs a 7. Okay, so no problems. These 2 guys are safe because this is fearsome. This is a fearsome creature. Therefore, you have to make a courage test when you get attacked, but only the first time. All right. So that means now we see a normal attack with his claws or whatever that is, what he has. So yeah, he's got a combat value of 4, and he's going to attack the scout. Okay, that's not good. That's going to be enough. I can try to block this, and I will. So I need a 4, 5, or 6. Is there anything special going on? That's another thing, right? If you're large maybe or something. Ooh, can break shields used by smaller targets. That's not good. I will try it anyway. I mean, there's a good chance that the shield will break. That would suck. Anyway, I'm going to try it. The reason is this thing does a lot of damage, and you know, I want to try to block here. And that was a success. Yeah. I need a 4, 5, or 6. So that was a success, but now there's a chance that my shield will break. And that's going to happen on a 1 or 2, because there is this thing going on here. So let's see. And luckily that didn't happen. So that was That would have been really ugly. Okay, so I was good here, and now we're going to see another sweep attack, the second one. He cannot do twice the thing in a row, but he will activate it apart from that, I think, as soon as possible. But as I mentioned, just a maximum of 3 times. So he's going to go for it again, and so it's a skill test, and this was much better. So that was an 11, and so we got to beat that. So this guy, agility, he's got a -2 in agility because of the great shield and the leather armor. He actually might have messed up the earlier one. You know, I gotta try. I did not see that. I gotta roll again for the first attack here. But a 4 should be just enough, man. So he rolled a 3, I remember that. So that would have been a 6. I got an 8, so I also have a 6. I think that is just enough. I forgot my negative modifiers earlier on. If the attacker wins. Okay, so I'm good. And now I need a pretty high roll. He's got an 11. That's not good. So let's see. That's not going to be enough. Okay, that sucks. So that means he will do 6 dice of damage, but he will not reduce the opponent's value. I'm going to be knocked down and pushed back. I guess I cannot block that. So 6 dice of damage, not a good news. So I got an armor of 4. Wow, I was really lucky here. Not a single damage. Fantastic. But still, I'm knocked down. So, and pushed back. So there we go. And I guess I'm gonna lay him down. And then this guy will be attacked, and he rolled an 8, so it's again the 11 that we have to beat. And I have a -1 with my leather armor. So let's see. That's an 8. So that is also enough, it seems. It's just enough. It would be a 12 -1, that's 11. Yeah, so we're good. Excellent. And now the vermin will attack. So they kind of move here. And yeah, they can only attack this guy, I guess. And the others probably cannot even attack because it's all blocked. So let's see. They got 3 attacks too, by the way, because yeah, they're, oh man, this is really dangerous. But they only have a combat value of 3, but still, I mean, I'm not in a good shape here. So let's see. Okay, that was not a problem for him, for the barbarian. That probably is good enough. I got a 4, but I got a negative modifier because of my axe. So that was a hit. I mean, okay, they only do 2 damage. Although it was a critical, that gives them 3 dice. I have a pretty high armor value of 5, so no problems here. And yeah, it's kind of unlikely that they will actually do damage, but you never know. I mean, these are nasty dudes. Okay, and I think I'm okay here. Yeah. Okay, so that wasn't so bad, and that means we're good, and the other red horde will not attack. Okay, strange combat. It's interesting to fight completely different enemies than what you usually get, I think. So, let's start our turn now. So I think I'm gonna cast again a spell against the armor-piercing battle axe and make that a flashing weapon. That gives me 2 attacks. I need a 6 to wound this guy, so I want as many attacks as possible. I mean, I can, if I go berserk, of course. So this is something I want to try. So yeah, I'm gonna roll a die here, and okay, I'm successful. Got a 5, very good. That gives me also a little bit of time. And then this guy can attack. I'm gonna ignore the rats for now. I think they're not terribly dangerous with their two dice of damage. So I'm gonna go after the water elemental. And I don't have a negative modifier, but I need a 6. If I don't roll a critical hit, I can't do any damage because, well, it's water and he's got the invulnerable ability. Okay, that didn't work. So let's try again. Okay, fuck it. No success here. Now, I wonder... I think I'm gonna send the physician in. So, but this guy's gonna stand up before. Oh, no. I'm gonna do it the other way. So the physician will attack now. And yeah, same thing. We need a 6. So that didn't work. Again. Oh, fuck. Okay, so no success here. And then this guy will stand up. But he can't do anything because the others are basically just blocking the area. So, yeah, we'll see how this turns out. This could be a tough battle. Then it's the enemies again. Okay, nothing happens. And we start again with the water element. And we see a normal attack against the barbarian. That's bad. That's a hit, and it's even a critical hit. Okay, well, that sucks. That's 7 dice. Gotta find another die. Okay, so this could be actually a lethal blow. I got only an armor of 5 with my leather armor, but because he's large, he reduces my armor by 1. So that's not good. Okay, that could have been worse. Again, 2 damage. I'm okay with that. I think I'm very lucky here. Great. Okay, so that was the first attack. Now comes his last sweep. He got 1 more sweep, so we're going to try that. Ugh. Wow, that sucks. That's a 10. So he's going to hit again, both of us probably. But we still have a chance. So he's got a 13. Now this guy has an agility of 4, but he's got a -1 because of the leather armor. So we need a good roll here. And that's not enough. So I take damage. Let me see here before I... Okay, so we both are hit. That means 6 dice. But no reduction of armor, at least. Okay, so for him, no problem. This guy, he has less armor. But man, even... Okay, he takes 2 damage. Yeah, he's got an armor of 4. He takes 2 damage. So I think overall... we can be kind of happy. But we're both pushed back. Well, he can't be pushed back. But he is pushed back. And I think... Is he knocked down? The sweep? I think the sweep knocks him down, right? Yeah. So they're both knocked down, I guess. And he's pushed back. Okay, so that's that. And that means now that... but he cannot follow when he does the sweep. That would change things, but yeah, he can't do that. But now we will see another attack, a normal attack against the physician. And because he's knocked down, he's got a -1 on his abilities now. So this is getting more and more dangerous. And that is a very good defense roll. So he's good. That was a very important roll. Now, because of this specific situation here, still nobody can enter this room. And that means that still one of these cannot really do anything. So that's a bit of an advantage for us. So the vermin will now attack us 3 times. So let's see. Okay, no problems. No problems. Did he roll 3 times a 3? It seems like. I'm not quite sure what he rolled for the first time, but it was really terrible. So these rats are not too impressive. Even if you lie on the ground, they don't do anything. Okay. So again, the turn could have been worse, but we're not making any progress for now. 0. That's a problem. Okay, so I'm going to try to stand up with this guy. So I got to pass an agility test because there are enemies next to me. So I need a 6. And that worked out. Excellent. And now I'm stunned. But I can roll. Oh, I got to do that for him too, by the way. You are stunned once you get KO'd. So first let's roll for him. He is no longer stunned. This guy, he still is though. So that's a bit of an issue. It gives me a -1 modifier. So we want a marker there as a reminder. So the physician is stunned. And you know what? I also forgot with the physician to roll the fear something. But I'm going to drink my beer. I have to roll a courage test with the physician. I should have done that before, but I don't think that makes such a big difference. And with the beer, shouldn't be so hard. Okay, so we're good. And now I will... Oh, by the way, time goes by. Now I will attack the water elemental. Yeah, let's do it. Oh God, terrible. I wonder if I should move away. I got a stealth option. So yeah, you know what? I'm going to move away there. Give the other guy an option to attack. Stealth allows me to ignore... but it says, I think, once. I think I have to roll for one of the guys. Yeah, if I can disengage. Let's see. I'm going to roll 1 agility test. I was not successful. Yeah, so I can't move away, it seems. Now this guy is going to stand up. And we're going to check if he's still stunned. Because he is tough, he can add 1 to this roll, and he's fine. And now we're going to move in, and still in Berserker mode, we're going to try to attack the water element. Without a 6, nothing's going to happen here. And we got a 6, but this time, this fucker has a 10. Ugh. You know, I'm really thinking about forcing him to reroll that roll. I want to let him reroll that. You know, this is clearly now a chance, and I got a 7. Let's hope he doesn't roll that high. That is a blunder. That is excellent. Now, I'm not even sure what that means. It's a natural weapon. I don't know what it means if he blunders with a natural weapon. I gotta check that. Okay, I'm not quite sure what that means, but I don't bother too much now. We got a 1 here, so I'm gonna do a breaking roll, and if it's a 1, the guy is somehow in trouble, and then I'm gonna check the rules again. But let's see. Okay, that's a 3, so I assume nothing happens here with his natural weapon, because I think it could break or something, and then he might be in trouble. So, okay, but the cool thing is we did damage now, and that means we get 7 dice, because it is a critical hit. And he's got basically everything about a 1 is a hit, because he only has an armor of 3, and I can subtract 2 of that. So everything but a 1 is a hit. So we might be able to do significant damage here. Okay, that's okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. That's at least a start. I was hoping for more, but I'm not going to spend. I'm not going to spend more. Okay, so he's down to 7 life points, and that was my second attack, I guess. Now I could push him in there. Do I want that? That's also an interesting question. If I would push him, it would give me the option to move out. So yeah, maybe I want to do that. So I'm going to push him 1 space here, and then this guy will move. And but I cannot move through this guy. Now I could move here, and then I could move around with this dude and attack the vermin. And I will do that. Let's see. Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool. So that is a double critical. And so I can roll. Okay, they also have an armor of 3. So that allows me to roll 8 dice. Holy crap. So maybe I can do some massive damage against these first rats here. Oh boy, look at that. That is insane. That's 8 wounds. Holy shit. So that means the guy is reduced. Basically, I'm just going to place a single wound marker here. He only has 1 life point left. That's insane. And okay, that's really cool, because he only has 1 attack left. That's what that also means. So we're going to leave him there, and now there's only 1 attack by this vermin left. Okay, so that was kind of cool. However, now the water element will attack the barbarian 3 times, and maybe I underestimated that a little bit. So yeah, we'll see what that does now. This is gonna be ugly, I guess. So we'll see. But okay, I got 2 fortune, so that means I can heal a deadly wound. So the first, But he has no more sweep or something. Now, from now on, it's just standard attacks by the water element. I think I'm okay here. That's a 4. Got a -1. But I got a -1 because of my Berserker. Yeah, I'm not okay, actually. I think I'm not okay. Got a -2. Yeah, sadly I'm not okay. That sucks. So that means he can roll now 6 dice. -1 against my armor, because he's large. That is 2 damage. Okay, I'm still alive, but nearly dead. Okay, so I think one more hit and it's probably gonna be over. That is okay, that's good enough. And the last attack, that's not good enough. Yeah, so I think this is it. Yeah, okay, I'm dead. I can spend a fortune, reroll. I need a 5 or 6, which I don't have. So that means I got to spend my last fortune to prevent this from being a deadly hit. And I'm going to go back somewhere. I don't want to die immediately, so I'm going to lay myself down, go back, get a healing potion that I'm going to use next turn, and then we can attack again in the next battle. But yeah, that wasn't so good. And now I'm going to attack by the Vernim, one of us. And by the way, we got this weird animal thing going on here. If wounded, and that is going to be the case. Let us see. If wounded and with enemies of the same or larger size and line of sight, it must perform a courage test. Okay. Courage is only 2. Okay, so that didn't work. So that means this guy will move away, which is actually bad for us. So it will move as far away as possible. Disengaging automatically. Okay, so he's got 5 movement points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I guess he's going to move here. Maybe he's going to even try to run. So let's give him that running opportunity. So he moves back here basically. But on the other hand, that means that this guy now moves here, which blocks the water elemental though. But yeah, that's kind of fun. But that's what happens. The guy moves here and attacks. Got 3 attacks, so I guess we're going to see. Start with the lowest life points. So he's going to go after the bird man first. No problems. Now he's going to attack the physician. No, the other way, the scout. And that's a little closer, but no, we're good. We're good. And then again, the physician. And we're good again. So no problems here. So actually these guys might now shield us from the water elemental. But they also prevent us from getting to the water elemental. Okay, so guess what I'm going to do is first I'm going to stand this guy up again. And there's nothing else I'm going to do. And now, just let me see. He's... Okay, I'm gonna do a stealth action with him and move here. He's the physician, and he can now heal 3 of him 3 wounds of him as an action. I think that was the second time I did this during this game, but I'm not absolutely sure, but I think it was the second time, so I can do it once more, because the limit is the intelligence value, which is 3. Okay, so that was the physician's action, and I'm thinking about, I'm not quite sure. I don't know, the healing brew. I wonder if I should give him the healing brew, but no, I don't think so. I think I actually want to drink the healing brew myself. 1d3 wounds. Okay, so I can also heal my 2 wounds. So I think that helps. And then I guess, well, these guys won't do anything anymore. I guess what I'm going to do is by the way, this is now at 3, which kind of sucks, but okay. And now I'm going to attack here the red swarm, the red horde, with the scout. Wow, okay, that's pretty good. So that means we can do 7 dice of damage. They got an armor of 3. Wow, great. So that's 7 damage. So they are down to 2, which means they will also only attack once. But I'm not going to push them away, because in this way the water element will not attack, which is, I think, a good thing. Okay, so that's it. And now we go to the enemy's turn, and he's getting a power again. Reinforcements. Luckily, though, he's probably not going to be able to play these. He only has 2 points left. Now I wonder what the lowest enemy spotted card is, but I'm pretty convinced. What are the cards? Are they here? Oh, they might be here. No. Okay, so the lowest he has to pay is 4 VP, and he only has 2 left. So that means he cannot play this card. So therefore, the card gets discarded, but it gives him 6 additional points. So that's quite a lot. And now he's going to attack with the rat swarm. And the rat swarm has only 1 attack left. And that didn't work out. Cool. So now it's us again. The others simply can't do anything. Yeah. So therefore, I think I'm simply going to attack the rat swarm with the... This is now already down to 2. With the scout. This is looking good. Yeah, that's a hit. So we get 4 dice. And we managed to destroy the first enemy. And I think I'm going to move out here. And now I'm going to attack with the berserker. Do I want to move out? Maybe not. I think I want a second attack with this guy. So I'm going to attack with the berserker. We got, let's see. Excellent. That's a 10 against a 10. So let's see. That might be enough. I got a 4. We got no negative penalties here, no negative modifiers because of the flashing weapon. And actually there should be a second mana marker here. Oh, they both got a 4. We both have the same agility. Oh, come on, man. Actually, fuck. It's not enough. Shit. I don't believe that, man. This is again not enough. That's frustrating. You do a hit, but it's still not enough. Okay, well, gotta do it again, I guess. Yeah, because I got a -1 on agility because of the leather armor. Now, I assume, yeah, I'm pretty sure that without any penalties, that just means the combat penalties. I'm pretty sure that does not mean that there is no penalty to the agility. So okay, we gotta go again, I guess. Oh man, yeah. So that was really a shame. And now eventually I can bring the physician in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're gonna do an attack with him. Excellent. That is a hit. It's a critical hit. So we managed to do 5 dice of wounds, and we got a -1 on armor with the flail. So everything but a 1 is a hit. Okay, that's 4 more hits. So this is really cool. Now the guy is nearly dead. And you know what? I think I'm gonna move in with the Celestial. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm gonna cast a spell, and the spell will always do damage. I still got 1 use with my light spear, and if it's successful, it does damage. I don't need a critical here, because the invulnerability is not against spells. So we want a 5. Okay, we got a 5. We got a 6 actually. And now I do 4 damage against intelligence. And its intelligence is only 1. So everything but a 1 is a success. So we do 4 damage, and that's it. Yeah. It is down to, yeah, we managed to kill the water element. Wow, man, that was tough. It was a close fight. And in the end, the wizard managed to finish the creature off. Excellent. So all what's left is this stupid last single rat here, and so we'll see. We're good here, and nothing happens there. So now the rat will activate, and we have to roll a courage test first. And oh, actually it might be a success. Let's see, the rat horde. Yeah, they're successful, so they will attack. 1, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they cannot reach anyone else, so they're gonna attack the Celestial. And that's a close call, but it's not enough. It's a tie, but he's wounded, so he's got a -1 modifier. So I'm good. No damage here. And now I think I'll be able to finish it. Let's start with the Celestial. Maybe that's already enough, and it isn't. Let's bring in the Physician. Yeah, that looks good. So we get 4 dice to kill that last rat. Yeah, awesome. Whoa, that started out quite dangerous, and yeah, we've lost a bit of fortune here with the Barbarian, but it seems we're good. And now we can do a massive search roll, because we're in the treasure chamber. So we get 6 strength, so 6 dice for the water elemental, 2 dice for each red horde, because it's an elite enemy, so that's already 10, and 5 more because we're in the treasure chamber. So let's grab all the dice we have here. Okay, so these are 10, and then I can roll another 5. Whoa, that's insane. That is so awesome. Okay, and we can roll another 5. Holy shit, that's massive. Okay, so that was, I think, a 2. That is incredible, because 5 and 6s are what we're looking for. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 gold. And then we found 3, 5, 9 5s and 6s. So that's going to be, first of all, we got 3 6s, but there's no common items in the treasure chamber. That's a special rule. So we don't find any common items, but just a second here. We found a magical object. These are 5. 5 are a magical object, and another 4 is a rare item or a rare armor. So let's see. So we remember the magical object. Then the rare armor. So we're going to roll a die, and on a 1 it's a rare armor. On a 2 to 6 it's a rare weapon. Okay, so we found a rare weapon. However, whenever we find a weapon, because of the secrets of knowledge, secrets of magic, if I roll double 4, 5, or 6, it's also a magical object of the same type. Okay, that's not the case. So we just found a normal rare weapon. So something here. Oh, that's a net. Okay. Okay, so that's something we don't really want it. But okay, we found a net. We can sell that, but it's not worth a lot. So that's a bit of a shame. But it is still a rare weapon because of the 7 here. So maybe someone tried to capture some rats or so and left the net there. So that wasn't so hot. But we still now get a chance to find a magic item, and I get the magic items. However, before we draw a magic item, we're going to roll a die, and on a 6 it's a relic. Okay, so it's just a normal magic item. Okay, so here we got the magic item, and here we have the treasure chest, because in addition to all the stuff that you find from the enemies, there's also a treasure chest. So let's open the treasure chest first. 5 coins and a random common object. Again, I found that before and it really sucks. But okay, I mean, it's still better than nothing. We were really lucky with the first roll, I guess. So that's a pack of provisions that could actually be pretty useful. And that will help us to heal 1 damage. And now we come to the magic item, and I hope it's something cool. Okay. So that is speed boots +1 to user's speed. Well, that's honestly not that cool, because, well, I don't know what to do with that. That's a bit of a bummer. I think I'm going to give that to him. Yeah, I will give it to him. It might be useful, but yeah, I don't really think so, honestly. He's got the stealth, so that allows him to sneak away from people and then maybe move fast. So who knows, that could be useful, but I might as well just consider selling these. 30 bucks, that's a lot of money, and I think I might just sell these. I mean, they are really not that hot. Okay, anyway, so I think overall we can be happy, though. I mean, we made a lot of cash, and yeah, we found a net. So isn't that something? But that's it. You know, these rogue-like things, you can be very happy because you had a great roll, and then in the end you end up, yeah, I don't know, speed boots, a net, and a pack of provisions. But anyway, so we managed to kill the enemies. That was great. We managed to make a lot of money, at least. And I'm going to simply move the way back here now, because it's a really good way, and it's not very dangerous. There's not going to be any traps anymore because we all triggered them yet. The doors are basically already opened. And so all that can happen is, of course, we're going to have more encounters. And that guy will get, again, I don't know, like 47 points. We're going to reconstruct the encounter deck, and we're going to get hunted down by a champion enemy of the human kingdoms and his gang. So we still will possibly see a big fight, and it's not going to be that easy because we are already quite wounded. But at least I think we had a good quest until now. Okay, I'm going to load this up and hope to see you in the next video. Bye.